Hi guys, let's practice English without stress. Relax, listen, and enjoy. Let's go. Hello, my friend. Today we are going to talk about something very interesting and very real for many people. Changing careers after 40. Some people think that after 40 years old, life should already be completely organized. A stable job, a clear routine, the same work every day. But life does not always work this way. Many people reach their 40s and start asking important questions. Is this really what I want to do for the rest of my life? Am I happy with my work? Is it too late to try something new? If you have ever asked these questions, you are not alone. In fact, many people change careers after 40, and sometimes it becomes the best decision of their lives. But before making a big change, there are many emotions: excitement, curiosity, but also fear. Fear of starting again, fear of losing stability, fear of what other people will say. Let's talk about these feelings. When we are younger, changing direction feels easier. If a 20-year-old decides to try something new, people usually say, "That's great, go explore." But when someone is 40 or older, society sometimes says something different. People may say, "Isn't it too late? Why risk everything now? You should stay where you are." These comments can make a person doubt their dreams. But here's something important to remember. 40 is not the end of your story. 40 is just another chapter. In fact, many people discover their true passions later in life. When you are younger, you often choose a career for practical reasons. Maybe your parents suggested it. Maybe you needed financial stability. Maybe you simply did not know what you really loved. But after many years of experience, something interesting happens. You know yourself better. You understand your strengths. You understand what gives you energy and what takes your energy away. This self-knowledge is very powerful. Imagine working every day in a job that makes you feel tired, stressed, or empty. Many people do this for years. But at some point, they begin to feel something inside, a small voice. That voice says, "There must be something more." Sometimes that voice grows stronger. You start thinking about different possibilities. Maybe starting a small business, maybe working in a creative field, maybe becoming a teacher, maybe learning new skills, maybe doing something completely different. But then fear appears. Fear says, "What if you fail? What if you regret it? What if it is too late?" These fears are normal. Every big change brings uncertainty. But here's an important truth. Staying in the wrong place also has risks. When you stay too long in a situation that makes you unhappy, it affects many parts of life: your energy, your motivation, your health, your relationships. Work is a big part of our lives. Many people spend 8 hours a day working, sometimes more. So it is natural to want work that feels meaningful, work that brings satisfaction. Of course, changing careers after 40 is not always simple. There are responsibilities, bills, family, financial commitments. So the change must be thoughtful, not impulsive. Many successful career changes begin slowly, not with a sudden jump, but with small steps. For example, someone working in an office might begin learning a new skill at night. Maybe graphic design, maybe programming, maybe photography. Little by little, they build knowledge, they practice, they gain confidence. Over time, this new skill can become an opportunity. Sometimes a side project becomes a second income. Sometimes it becomes a full career. Another advantage of changing careers after 40 is experience. You have many life skills: communication, problem solving, patience, responsibility. These skills are valuable in any profession. Even if you change industries, your experience goes with you. Many employers appreciate mature professionals. They bring stability, they bring discipline, they bring perspective. Another important advantage is emotional maturity. When you are younger, you may worry a lot about what people think. But after 40, many people feel more comfortable being themselves. They care less about judgment. They care more about purpose. And purpose is powerful. Purpose gives you energy to continue when things are difficult. Because every career has challenges. Even dream jobs have problems. But when you believe in what you are doing, challenges feel different. They feel like part of the journey. Now, let's imagine a simple example. Imagine someone who worked for 20 years in accounting. It was stable, it paid the bills, but inside they always loved cooking. For many years, cooking was just a hobby, something they did on weekends. But the passion never disappeared. At some point, they start thinking, what if I worked with food? That idea may feel scary, but also exciting. So they begin learning more, taking cooking classes, watching tutorials, practicing new recipes. Maybe they start selling food to friends. Maybe they create a small online page. Little by little, something grows. Confidence grows, skill grows, opportunity grows. One day, the hobby becomes something bigger. This story is not unusual. Many businesses started exactly this way, with a passion and a small first step. Of course, not every career change becomes perfect. Sometimes the new path is also challenging. Sometimes plans need adjustment. But trying something new often brings a sense of freedom, because you know you gave yourself a chance. Another important idea is this. Life today is longer than before. People are healthier. People live longer. That means a person who is 40 may still have 25 or 30 years of professional life ahead. That's a long time. Too long to stay unhappy in the wrong career. Learning new things after 40 is absolutely possible. Our brains continue learning throughout life. Many universities today have students of all ages. Many online courses are designed for adult learners. Technology also makes learning easier. You can study from home. You can watch classes anytime. You can connect with people around the world. Age is not the barrier many people imagine. Mindset is often the real barrier. If you believe it is too late, it feels impossible. If you believe it is still possible, new doors appear. Changing careers also requires patience. Results don't appear overnight. It takes time to build something new. But remember, you already spent many years building your current career. It is normal for a new path to take time as well. One step, then another, then another. Progress happens slowly but consistently. It is also helpful to talk to people who have already changed careers. Their stories can be very inspiring. Many of them started with doubts. Many of them were afraid. But they discovered something important. Trying is often less scary than imagining, because imagination often creates the worst scenarios. Reality is usually more manageable. Let me ask you a question. Imagine yourself 10 years from now. How do you want to feel about your work? Proud? Satisfied? Curious? Inspired? Or tired? Bored? Regretful? Sometimes the biggest risk is not change. Sometimes the biggest risk is staying the same. Of course, every situation is different. Some people change careers completely. Some people adjust their current job. Some people create side projects that bring joy. There is no single correct path. What matters is listening to yourself, understanding your values, understanding what gives meaning to your days. Work is not everything in life, but it is a big part of life. And when work feels aligned with who you are, life feels lighter, more interesting, more alive. So if you are over 40 and thinking about change, remember this: you are not late. You are experienced. You are not starting from zero. You are starting from wisdom. Every year of life has taught you something. Every challenge made you stronger. Every lesson gave you perspective. These things are powerful tools. Changing careers after 40 is not about forgetting the past. It's about using the past to build a better future. Your journey is unique. Your path is your own. And it is never too late to move in a new direction. Even a small change can bring new energy to your life, new ideas, new motivation, new possibilities. So stay curious, stay open, stay brave. Life is not a straight line. It's a journey with many chapters. And sometimes the most interesting chapters come later in the story. Maybe your next chapter is just beginning. Thank you for listening. And remember, it is never too late to grow. See you in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you later.